Good morning, and we are in chapter 9, and we have just had Nephi just tell the people that they need to repent or they will be destroyed, and they are just totally rejecting him, and out of the blue he says, well, your destruction is right at hand already, and it's because of these Candiaton robbers, and I'll prove it because your chief judge is murdered right this second, pretty much is what he said. And now we jump right into it. Now it came to pass that when Nephi had spoken these words, certain men who were among them ran to the judgment seat. Yea, even there were 5 who went, and they said among themselves, wait, just right there, just thinking, who did they send? They sent someone that the chief judges were, I think they would have sent people who the people and the chief judges knew were honorable men that had no connection to Nephi, and that they thought, this will settle it. They wouldn't have sent people who were saying, hey, leave him alone. They would have been sending people that says, I don't believe in what he's saying. And this is basically what they say here. They said among themselves, now we know of a surety. These must have been good men, though. I mean, as in honorable men. Not really good. It might not have been good men, but men that they could trust. Now we know of a surety whether this man be a prophet of God, a prophet, and God hath commanded him to prophesy such marvelous things unto us. Behold, we do not believe that he hath. Yea, we do not believe that he is a prophet. Nevertheless, if this thing which he has said concerning the chief judge be true, that he be dead, then will we believe that the other words which he has spoken are true. Now, I thought a lot about this scripture because and the further we read, we'll see what we think about this. But here's 5 men. They're sent to do as the prophet said to do. So they're going to go and do exactly what Nephi said to do, which was go and check the that the high priest had been killed. And so they went and checked. They didn't know that, in fact, he says they don't believe that he is a prophet. So they have no belief that he's a prophet. They have no faith that he's real, but they're willing to test what he says to be true. When we look at the president of the church, President Nelson, at this time, if we look at them, and we may not think, oh, well, we believe that he is a prophet. That doesn't matter. Do what he says and see what happens. I know of no one who has done what he says. There's been so many things that he's done and said. Like, for instance, one that I can think of is the social media fast, taking a few days of I think it was a week or something like that, to just be off of social media for that time, not all the time, just that time, a social media fast. I know a lot of people who tried that, and I know a lot of people who couldn't be bothered. Those people who couldn't be bothered, they can say, oh, well, he's not a prophet of God. Why can they say that? Because they have no evidence that he is. But those that did do that, those were the ones that were saying, yeah, he's a prophet of God. And why? Because they did what he said. It's no different than any other thing in science or anything, it's easy to say, no, that's not true, if you don't test it. And God gives us plenty of time to test, and there, I can think of many, many experiences where a prophet has asked us to do something, and when we do it, it makes a difference. When we don't, we have no promise, and we don't know. These men knew because they went and did, as the prophet said. They didn't believe him at first, but they still did what he asked them to do. And we can take that from this as we go through, but I thought I'd say that at the beginning. So when we're reading this, see what happens in their lives. And it came to pass that they ran in their might, and came in unto the judgment seat, and behold, the chief judge had fallen to the earth, and did lie in his blood. Now behold, when they saw this, they were astonished exceedingly, insomuch that they fell to the earth, for they had not believed the words which Nephi had spoken concerning the chief judge. But now, when they saw, they believed, and fear came upon them, lest all the judgments which Nephi had spoken should come upon the people. Therefore they did quake, and had fallen to the earth. Now immediately, when the chief judge had been murdered, he being stabbed by his brother by a garb of secrecy, he fled, and the servants ran and told the people, raising the cry of murder among them. And behold, the people did gather themselves together unto the place of the judgment seat. And behold, to their astonishment, they saw those 5 men who had fallen to the earth. Now behold, the people knew nothing concerning the multitude who had gathered together in the garden of Nephi, at the garden of Nephi. Therefore they said among themselves, these men are they who have murdered the judge, and God has smitten them, that they could not flee from us. I find it interesting that they use the word God has smitten. Even though they seem a bit godless, they still have these strange quirks that they still turn to God, but they use him as a tool rather than as God, really. And we see that a few times in the Book of Mormon. And it came to pass that they laid hold on them, and bound them, and cast them into prison. And there was a proclamation sent abroad that the judge was slain, and that the murderers had been taken and were cast into prison. And it came to pass that on the morrow the people did assemble themselves together to mourn and to fast at the burial of the great chief judge who had been slain. And thus also those judges who were at the garden of Nephi heard his words, were gathered together at the burial. They don't seem to be fazed that he's actually dead, and that Nephi's prophecy had come true. They just kind of make up their own stories. And it came to pass that they inquired among the people, saying, where are the 5 who were sent to inquire concerning the chief judge, whether he was dead? And they answered, concerning this 5 whom ye say ye have sent, we know not, but there are 5 who are the murderers, whom we have cast into prison. So it's interesting that these people, at least, I don't know, I guess the alibi was that they were running to the place. It came to pass that the judges desired that they should be brought, and they were brought, and behold, they were the 5 who were sent. Behold, the judges inquired of them to know concerning the matter. They told them all they had done, saying, we ran and came to the place of the judgment seat, and when we saw all things, even as Nephi testified, we were astonished insomuch that we fell to the earth. And when we recovered from our astonishment, Behold, they cast us into prison. They just had no chance, did they? Now, as for the murder of this man, I love this. Now, as for the murder of this man, we know not who has done it. Only this much we know: we ran and came according as ye desired. Behold, he was dead according to the words of Nephi. So it was, again, it shows that the chief judges, or the judges that were there, had been the ones that sent them. And notice what they say. We don't know everything. We don't know who killed the man. We don't know how this or that was done. But this is what we do know. This is our testimony. We know that we came and saw this thing. You don't have to know everything. And you don't have to answer everything. But you can know something and be strong in that thing. You can know that the prophet asked us to go to the temple more, and as you go to the temple more, you get those blessings that he said can only come through the temple. You can know that. You might not know everything about what goes on in the temple, or what you might not even know what happens in certain circumstances or whatever, but you know what you know, and you can hold on to that. And that's what these five did. Now it came to pass that the judges did expound the matter unto the people, and did cry against Nephi, saying, Behold, we know this Nephi must have agreed with someone to slay the judge, and then he might declare it unto us, that he might convert us unto his faith, that he might raise himself unto a great man, chosen of God, and a prophet. So they really are losing the plot. Of course he's chosen of God, but they are saying that he couldn't have just been chosen of God. He is doing this all on his own. Now behold, we will detect this man, and he shall confess his fault, and make known unto us the true murder of this judge. And it came to pass that the five were liberated on the day of burial. Nevertheless, they did rebuke the judges in the words which they had spoken against Nephi, and did contend with them one by one. I find it interesting. They did it one by one. It sounds like they pulled them aside and said, you know what, you're wrong about this, insomuch that they did confound them. They had been converted. They didn't know everything, but they knew enough, and they knew more than the judges did, because they were on the right. They knew what they were talking about. Nevertheless, they caused that Nephi should be taken bound and brought before the multitude, and they began to question him in diverse ways, that they might cross him, that they might accuse him to death. That was their joy, their what they wanted to do. They didn't care about anything else. They just wanted to get rid of him. But they couldn't do it because of the people. Saying unto him, Thou art confederate. Who is this man that hath done this murder? Tell us and acknowledge thy fault, saying, Behold, here is money. I just put a thing there to Almanamulek. Zeezrom said unto him, Behold, here is 6 ointes of silver, and these I will give thee, if thou wilt deny the existence of the Supreme Being. They're doing the same thing, you know. It seems that it's a go-to for evil people to do, I guess, or wicked people. I won't say evil. Also we will grant unto thee thy life, if thou wilt tell us and acknowledge the agreement which thou hast made with him. But Nephi said unto them, O ye fools, ye uncircumcised of heart, ye blind and ye stiff-necked people, do ye know how long the Lord will suffer that ye shall go on in this your way of sin? O ye ought to begin to howl and mourn because of the great destruction which is at this time doth await you, except ye shall repent. Behold, ye say that I have agreed with a man that he should murder Caesar, our chief judge. But behold, I say unto you, that this is because I have testified unto you, that ye might know concerning this thing, yea, even for a witness unto you, that I did know of the wickedness and abominations which were among you. That's the whole reason. I'm just letting you know that I know of the wickedness. There's not even anything that you guys can do with your secret combinations that I can't know about, because I'm a prophet. Because I have done this, ye say that I have agreed with a man that he should do this thing. Yea, because I showed unto you this sign, ye are angry with me, and seek to destroy my life. Now behold, I will show unto you another sign, and see if ye will in this thing seek to destroy me. Behold, I say unto you, go to the house of Seantum, who is the brother of Caesarum, and say unto him, has Nephi the pretended prophet, who doth prophesy so much evil concerning this people, agreed with thee, in which ye have murdered Caesarum your brother? And behold, he shall say unto you, Nay. And ye shall say unto him, Have you murdered your brother? And he shall stand with fear, and wist not what to say. And behold, he shall deny unto you, and he shall make as if he were astonished. Nevertheless, he shall declare unto you his innocent. He is innocent. Look how specific he's getting. He's saying, look, you can't deny this. But behold, ye shall examine him, and shall find blood upon the skirts of his cloak. And when ye have seen this, ye shall say, From whence cometh this blood? Do we not know that this is the blood of your brother? And then shall he tremble, and shall look pale, even as if death had come upon him. Then shall ye say, Because of this fear and this paleness which has come upon your face, behold, we know that thou art guilty. And then shall the greater fear come upon him, and then shall he confess unto you, and deny no more that he has done this murder. Then shall he say unto you, that I, Nephi, know nothing concerning the matter, save it were given me by the power of God. And here's another godless man saying, it must be the power of God, even though... and then shall ye know that I am an honest man, that I am sent to you from God. And it came to pass that they went and did even as Nephi had said unto them. Behold, the words which he had said were true, according to the words which... for according to the words he did not deny, and also according to the words he did confess. And he was brought to prove that he himself was the very murderer, insomuch that the 5 were set at liberty, and also Nephi. And there were some of the Nephites who believed the words of Nephi, and there were some also who believed because of the testimony of the 5, for they were converted while they were in prison. Notice it says they've been converted while they were in prison, so they took time to think about it and talk to each other and realize, you know what, we've been taught this since we're children. And they were converted. Now, there were some among the people who said Nephi was a prophet. Yay! Oh, and there was others that said, he is a god, for except he was a god, he could not know all these things. For behold, he has told us the thoughts of our hearts, and also has told us the things, even as he has brought unto us, even as he has brought unto our knowledge the true murderer of our chief judge. It's interesting, they just can't even agree. They can't just go, Nephi, who are you? Oh, you're a prophet. You told us you were a prophet. Oh, okay. No, they have to make up something else. It's just amazing where these people are. Anyway, I hope that you think of some of the things that the prophet has said to you, and think of the witnesses you have had because you followed a prophet of God in anything. And if you haven't had that and do not believe that President Nelson's a prophet, go read his last message and do what he asked us to do. And I know that you can have that sure knowledge, just like these 5 had that sure knowledge and was converted. Hopefully you don't get thrown into prison. So I hope you have a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow.